very secured. As professionals, we have to be orderly. Yesterday, I saw how the venue for our meals was very crowded. There was disorderliness there. There is no kind of food you want to eat now that you cannot afford. So when we come here, it is not because we are hungry. So during our meal times, as professionals, as people of dignity, let us be orderly. I just talked with the hotel officials. There are 3 main halls. So when we are going for our meals, apart from the VIPs that have their designated place, let us move straight to the last hall first. And then the crowd will be reducing towards the outer hall. Please, let's take note of that. Then we have security officials that are here to render security services. They are here to detect, prevent, and handle any incidents of criminality or threat in order to have a hitch-free event. Please report any incident or any strange thing you observe to the security operatives. And I want to seek your maximum cooperation with the security operatives. Now, the premises we are using is very, very large. What is expected of us is that we should subject our vehicles to check. If they don't want to check, you insist that they check, because you don't know who must have planted something overnight in your vehicle. Please subject your vehicles to check. Comply with parking guidelines. Do not share your gate pass with anyone. Keep it secured. And let us acquaint ourselves with restricted areas, the VIP lounge, the restrooms. The muster point in case of any emergency is this parking lot just at the entrance, before the entrance of this hall. Please be aware that CCTV cameras and other sensitive devices are functional in these premises. So let us be very, very careful of what we do. Now, this conference hall is the main venue for our event. I want to appeal to us to avoid noise. If you have reason to discuss with anyone, just excuse yourself outside. We are professionals. It will not be good for us to embarrass ourselves. So let us be orderly. Let's avoid noise so that we can maximally benefit from the conference. So adhere to the access control measures that have been put in place. The entrance and the exit doors are there. Kindly follow the instructions of the ushers. Then let us avoid crowd and blockage along the hallways. Like you've been told, put your phone on flight or silent mode. Only accredited crew and press members are allowed in the hall. All the vendors too, they are expected to be orderly. Tomorrow is our cultural night. Our movement will be coordinated to Bolton White Hotel in an orderly manner with security backup. We are going to move in a convoy-like manner for very obvious reasons. And every participant should put on their conference tags. Our dinner night on Thursday will be by the poolside, but there's going to be strict access control there. I want to appeal to all of us to be orderly as professionals. Again, conference tags should be worn by all participants. In conclusion, your welfare, your safety, your security, and your comfort throughout this event is our concern. We seek for your maximum cooperation. Thank you for listening, and stay safe. Thank you very much.
We thank CSP Ogbada for the security threat tips. Can we have another round of applause for CSP Ogwada for the security tips? So we would like to call on the national president of the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners, Town Planner Dr. Chimbo Ogbona, to the high table. The national president of the institute, Town Planner Chime Ogbona, is the chief host of the conference, to the high table. We'll call on the first national president of the institute, Professor Kingsley Ogboy, to the high table. Professor Kingsley Ogboy, first national vice president, to the high table. We also recognize the second national vice president, Dr. Jibril Gariba, who is a fellow of the institute. We call on the president of TOPREC, Town Planner Ishak Kara, FNITP, who is ably represented here by Town Planner Dr. Ezekiel Gum, who is also the vice president of TOPREC, to the high table. The president of Aptocon, Town Planner Hakeem Badego, FNITP, to the high table. More names will be recognized and called to the high table. But we also have past presidents seated with us here. And in the order of the past president, we have we have, I'm trying to look around, most of them are not here though. We have Town Planner Wahid Kadri, Fellow of the Institute, we have Town Planner Isai Chaba, past president. Town Planner Kabi Yari, past president of the Institute. We have Town Planner Steve Onu, past president of the Institute. We have Town Planner Luka Bulus Achi, past president of the Institute. We have Town Planner Lekwa Ozuta, FNIT, past president of the Institute. We have Town Planner Olutoyin Ayinde, past president of the Institute. We also have Town Planner Nathaniel Atebije, past president of the Institute. Can we have a round of applause for these past presidents, please? So by our program, we are supposed to have the welcome address by the chapter chairman, FCT Abuja. Is she here? Town Planner Queen Phillips.
Opening prayers.
No, this one to the We would like to invite the chief imam to give us the opening prayer before we start the program. He's seated next to Town Planner Jibril Garba, but we have a round of applause for him as he comes to give us the opening prayer. Welcome, sir.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sallu ala nabiyil karim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim. Barik ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim wa fil alamin innaka Hamidum Majid. يا حي يا قيوم يا ذو الجلال والإكرام يا واحد القهار يا عزيز يا رحمن اللهم اجعل هذه استماع المرحومة الجلال والإكرام يا واحد القهار يا عزيز يا رحمن هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو عالم الغيب والشهادة هو الرحمن الرحيم هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر سبحان الله عما يشركون والله الخالق البارئ المصور له الأسماء الحسنى يسبح له ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم والله الذي لا إله إلا هو الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر سبحان الله عما يشركون يا حي يا قيوم يا ذا الجلال والإكرام يا واحد القهار يا عزيز يا رحمن اللهم أنت أمرتنا بدعائك وأتنا بالإجابة أتجب لنا كما وأتنا يا رب العالمين يا ذا الجلال والإكرام يا واحد القهار يا عزيز يا رحمن اللهم ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إسرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين فانصرنا على القوم الظالمين فانصرنا على القوم المنافقين فانصرنا على القوم الفاسقين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين يا رب العالمين. اللهم اغفر لوالدينا ووالد والدينا، اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم واعف عنهم وعافهم وأكرم نزلهم ووسع مدخلهم. اللهم اغسلهم بالماء والثلج والبرد ونقيهم من خطاياهم كما ينقي الثوب الأبيض من الدنس. اللهم ابدله دارا خيرا من دارهم واهلا خيرا من اهلهم. اللهم اهدي ذرياتنا، اللهم اهدي ذرياتنا، اللهم علمهم فقه الدين والحديث والتاويل. اللهم اهدي ذرياتنا يا ذا الجلال والاكرام يا واحد القهار يا عزيز يا رحمن. اللهم انا نعوذ بك من الهم والحزن، واعوذ بك من العجز والكسل، واعوذ بك من الجبن والبخل، واعوذ بك من غلبة الدين وقهر الرجال. اللهم طهر قلوبنا من النفاق واعمالي من الرياء والسنتي من الكذب واعيني من الخيانه يا ذو الجلال والاكرام يا واحد القهار يا عزيز يا رحمن. اللهم اغفر لنا ما قدمنا وما اخرنا وما اسررنا وما اعلنا وما انت اعلم به منا. ربنا اتنا في الدنيا حسنه وفي الاخره حسنه وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Round of applause for our Chief Imam for opening the program with the opening prayer. May I also recognize the Delta State Governor, His Excellency Sharif, who is represented by Honorable Commissioner for Fiscal Planning and Urban Renewal, Engineer Mike Anoka, who is a fellow of the Nigeria Environmental Society. Please, can you come to the high table, sir? We also have Town Planner Dr. Umar Keita, the fellow of the Institute, the Honorable Commissioner for Lands and Fiscal Planning, Katsina State, who is representing the governor of Katsina State, the high table, sir. As more of the dignitaries to the high table, we invite them as they come. So without wasting time, we invite Town Planner Queen Phillips, who is the FCT chair, for her message. Town Planner Phillips Queen. Yes. Can we have a round of applause for the FCT chair? She's the chair of Abuja, hosting us.
Please, we respectfully invite to the high table the representative of the governor of Borno State. Please, the representative, if you're here. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. The National President, Nigerian Institute of Town Planners, Town Planner Dr. Chime Andrew Ogbuna, Fellow of the Institute, the representative Governor of Borno State, the Board of Trustee Chairman, as presidents here present, the TOPREC President, Council Member of the Institute, distinguished colleagues, all invited guests, the National Chairperson of the Association of Women Town Planners in Nigeria. Permit me to align with existing protocol. Distinguished colleagues, It is with immense joy and a deep sense of responsibility that I, on behalf of the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners, FCT chapter, warmly welcome you all to Abuja, the center of unity and the heart of our nation, for the 56th International Conference and Annual General Meeting of our noble institute. Our theme this year, refocusing planning administration towards sustainable urban governance, could not have been more apt. We gather at a time when cities across the globe, including ours, are confronted with the twin challenges of rapid urbanization and the urgent need for sustainability. As town planners, our role in shaping the quality of governance, the resilience of infrastructure, and the inclusivity of our communities is more critical than ever. Abuja, our host city, was born from a master plan, a bold vision of order, beauty, and functionality. It stands as our nation's most ambitious planning project. However, as we all can observe, the FCT today presents a living laboratory of both the triumphs and the challenges of planning administration. The issues of rapid urbanization, infrastructure deficits, informal settlement growth, and the constant pressure between development and conformity to the plan are starkly visible, mainly due to poor institutional frameworks. Therefore, there is the need for us as town planners to critically deliberate on how we can refocus our administrative frameworks, enforcement mechanisms, and governance model to ensure that our cities in Nigeria do not only grow, but thrive sustainably for generations to come. Abuja's lessons are crucial for Nigerians' urban future. While the privilege of hosting this prestigious event was graciously bestowed upon the FCT chapter by the National Council, rather than one we requested, we have embraced this responsibility with immense enthusiasm and dedication. I want to assure you that, as your host, we are absolutely committed to ensuring that your stay in the Federal Capital Territory is not only
Institute's past president, top rec. So may you stand up for recognition. It's Professor Lai Ogunjobi. Ogunjobi, fellow of the Institute, past president, top rec. We also have town planner, Mrs. Helen Fadipe, who is the president, Royal Town Planning Institute. She is also a member of the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners. She's going to be our lead paper presenter. She's already on the high table. Can we give a round of applause for town planner, Mrs. Helen Fadipe, who has traveled all the way from UK to be here with us. She is the president, Royal Town Planning Institute, a member of the NITP. We also have the Honorable Commissioner, Minister of Housing Development, Kano State, who is representing the Governor of Kano. He is Architect Ibrahim Yakubu Adamu, who is a member of the Nigerian Institute of Architects. We respectfully invite him to the high table, representing the Governor of Kano State, Architect Ibrahim Yakubu Adamu. For recognition, we also have top planner Dr. Ramatu Tijani Aliu, who is the immediate past Minister of the FCT. Town planner Dr. Ramatu Tijani Aliu. Thank you, man. We also have the Managing Director, Chief Executive of the Federal Housing Authority, who is represented by Architect Ezekiel Etuk, who is the Executive Director, Estate Services, FHA. Recognition, you see in the hall, Architect Ezekiel Etuk. Hall. For recognition, we also have Town Planner Dr. Veronica Okoye, who is the National Chairman, Association of Women in Town Planners. Okay. As more recognitions we have, we also announce them. Next, we'll call on the National President of the United Institute of Nigerian Town Planner, Dr. Chimo Ogbonna, for his opening remark. Round of applause for Town Planner Chimo Ogbonna, National President, Nigerian Institute of Town Planners, for his opening remark.
Our distinguished guests, particularly the Chairman Board of Trustees, Nigerian Institute of Town Planners, the former Deputy Governor of Borno State, the representatives of our various state governors here present, distinguished council members of the Institute, please let's welcome the Honorable Minister. You will now agree with me that the house is complete. Oh, good. Yes. Since the Honorable Minister is already here with us, let's take the anthem. One, two, three, go. You will agree with me that no country is better than Nigeria. Do we agree? That's the greatest. So, yes. Can I now go ahead with my opening remarks? The Honorable Minister, Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, the Chairman, Board of Trustees, Nigerian Institute of Town Planners, the President of TOPREC, our distinguished representatives of the various state governors in the country, the presenter, President of Royal Town Planning Institutes of United Kingdom, past presidents of this great institute here present, distinguished fellows of the institute, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great joy and deep humility to welcome you to the 2025 International Conference and Annual General Meeting of our great institute. On behalf of the National Council and the entire membership of the institute, I extend heartfelt appreciation to our dignitaries, invited guests, professional colleagues, development partners, and students of planning who have found it worthy to be here. Your presence this morning is a testimony to the shared commitment we all have to the noble cause of building sustainable and functional human settlements in Nigeria. Over the past 4 years, our conferences have been anchored on themes that are both timely and forward-looking. In 2021, we discussed the theme, Planning Human Settlements in Nigeria for Resilience and Sustainability, focusing, of course, on how our cities can adapt to shocks and stress in our settlement, while harnessing available resources for their sustainability. In 2022, here in Abuja, we deliberated on fiscal planning and urban security in Nigeria, stressing, of course, the issues, challenges, and prospects associated with Nigerian situation of insecurity. We proceeded to the 2023 at Asaba Delta State Conference with the theme, Planning Nigerian Settlements for Climate Change, Adaptation, and Flood Resilience, to tell the world that settlement planning is an indispensable pathway to climate change action in Nigeria. Just a year ago at Enugu, we focused on the Nigerian Urban and Regional Planning Law and the challenge of national development, highlighting the truth that our national development cannot be effective without an enabling and operational urban and regional planning law. These themes underscored that resilience, sustainability, security, and governance are central pillars of settlement and national development, and the relevance of planning in achieving them. This year, our theme is refocusing planning administration towards sustainable urban governance and development. Our attention is now directed to a sobering reality of uncoordinated administration of urban and regional planning in Nigeria, and the effects this has on urban governance and development in our dear country. At all levels of government, federal, state, and local, the practice of planning is hampered by weak institutional arrangements and poor political commitment. The laws were painstakingly designed to guide our practice. The laws painstakingly designed to guide our practice are not faithfully implemented. Many of our settlements lack master plans, while the few that exist are often reviewed selectively and in fragments, dictated more by narrow political interest than by professional judgment or public good. Political interference and disregard for procedures have reduced planning to a reactive and often chaotic exercise, rather than the proactive, visionary, and orderly process it is meant to be. This has led to half-hearted urban growth, slum proliferation, structural deficits, and widespread environmental degradation. The partnership that should exist between town planners and political leaders has in many cases been replaced by suspicion or neglect. Yet, we know that without mutual respect and synergy between professionals and policymakers, no settlement can achieve its true potential. The way forward is clear. Nigeria must embrace the full implementation of the Urban and Regional Planning Law of 1992, now coded as CAP 138 of the laws of the Federation. This law remains the most comprehensive framework for planning administration in our country. Its faithful implementation will ensure coherence among the three tiers of government, provide for preparation and periodic review of development plans, establish effective mechanisms for development control, and of course, strengthen the participation of citizens in shaping the environment. If properly implemented, it will reduce haphazard development, stabilize land use patterns, protect the environment, and foster the kind of sustainable and inclusive urban growth we all desire. It was in recognition of its urgency that the Institute, only yesterday, convened a colloquium devoted entirely to its immediate implementation, setting the stage for discussions we are about to commence at this conference. Permit me also to call attention to an issue of national importance, the Abuja Master Plan. Abuja was conceived to be a symbol of order, balance, and unity. Sadly, this master plan has suffered piecemeal alterations over the years, driven more by expediency than by vision. Such fragmented revisions compromise the city's infrastructure, distort its land use balance, and erode its ecological safeguards. What Abuja requires at this time is not another set of partial adjustments, but a holistic, comprehensive, and professionally led review that can address the realities of rapid urbanization, rapid population growth, infrastructure strain, and environmental challenges, while still safeguarding the original ideas of its creation. At this point, I must commend the federal government for the commitment to the housing sector under the Renewed Hope agenda. However, we must also emphasize that housing is only a subset of urban and regional planning. Whenever planning is rightly administered, housing finds its natural place as part of a larger system of integrated land use, infrastructure, and social service delivery. I also commend the bold decision to create a Ministry of Regional Development at the federal level and regional development commissions across the 6 geopolitical zones. These are far-reaching steps with the potential to foster regional integration, balanced development, and reduce resource coordination across the Federation. Yet, it is regrettable that no town planner was appointed into the leadership of these bodies, thereby denying them the professional inputs that are crucial for their success. We urge the federal government to correct this anomaly so that the noble intentions behind these institutions can be fully realized. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the destiny of our settlements lies in our collective hands. Nigeria's urbanization can either become a curse of slums, congestion, and environmental decay, or a blessing of prosperity, equity, and sustainability. The difference will depend on whether we coordinate our planning and administration, respect our laws, and empower our professionals to deliver on their mandates. As we begin this year's conference, let us commit ourselves afresh to advocacy, professionalism, and partnership. Let us live here with the resolve to demand the full implementation of our planning laws, the holistic review of our master plans, and the pursuit of settlement development that is orderly, inclusive, and sustainable. I thank you all once again for honoring our invitation, and I wish us fruitful deliberations. Thank you very much.
Can we have another round of applause for the National President of the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners, Town Planner Dr. Chime Ogbonna. As the National President was reading out his message, the Honorable Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Architect Ahmed Musa Dangiwan, who is a fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Architects, walked in and is already seated at the high table. May we give him a round of applause for having him. We thank you, Honorable Minister, for gracing this occasion. For recognition, we have Town Planner Kehinde Osma Ike, or Maiske, who is the general manager for Osmaike, Oshimaike. Town Planner Kehinde Oshimaike. Oshimaike. Okay. All right. That's it's written as S, so I assume it's S. Okay, Town Planner Kehinde Oshimaike. Oh, did I get it? All right. He's the general manager. He's the general manager of Lagos State Fiscal Planning Permit Authority. May we recognize him if he's here. Could you stand up for recognition? We also have Town Planner. These names are difficult. We also have Town Planner Kunle Aboyije. Aboyiye. Who is the general manager of Lagos State New Towns Development Authority? Can we give him a round applause recognition? Here comes another difficult name. Town Planner Said Anima Sheun. Anima Sheun. Yeah, I got it now. Town Planner Said Anima Sheun. He is the general manager, Lagos State Urban Renewal Authority. Round of applause for him. Another recognition, the Managing Director, Chief Executive, Federal Housing Authority, who is represented by Architect Ezekiel Etuk. Architect Ezekiel Etuk. He is the Executive Director, Estate Services of the FHA. And the last recognition that we have here, it's from Town Planner, difficult name. Town Planner Kura Kehe. Did I get it? Town Planner Kura Kehe Dogu, who is a fellow of the Institute, is Executive Chairman by Bayelsa State Fiscal Planning and Development Board. As more recognitions come in, we announce them. We announce them. So we will now invite the President of TOPREC for his goodwill message. President of TOPREC, represented by Dr. Ezekiel. Welcome, sir.
NPRS. I'm a town planner too. Huh? All right. Thank you. The Honorable Minister, Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, the President of our great institute, the Chairman, Board of Trustees, Your Excellencies, the Governors of Borno, Katsina, Delta, Kano, and other states ably represented here, the past presidents of the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners, the past president, Town Planners Registration Council of Nigeria, the president of ATOPCON, the president, Royal Town Planning Institute, the president, Ghana Institute of Planning, the chairman of our women wing of the institute. Let me also recognize the immediate past Minister of State, FCT, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I bring warm greetings from my boss and president, Town Planner Isiaku Mota Kura, FNITP. I am standing in for him. And when I say I mean Mokta Kura is speaking. So, let me read his goodwill message. It is with great honor and a profound sense of responsibility that I stand before you today at this esteemed gathering, the 2025 International Conference and Annual General Meeting of the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners in the heart of our nation, Abuja. The theme of our conference, Refocusing Planning Administration towards Sustainable Urban Governance and Development, resonates deeply with the core values and aspirations of our society. As we convene to consider the pressing issues of urban and regional planning, environmental stewardship, and sustainable development, we should be reminded of the critical role that effective planning and administration play in shaping the future of our communities. Sustainable governance is not merely a concept, it is a commitment to ensuring that our actions today do not compromise the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. In a rapidly changing world, where challenges such as climate change, urbanization, and resource depletion loom large, it is imperative that we, as town planners and administrators, embrace innovative strategies that promote resilience and sustainability. Our profession is uniquely positioned to influence policy, guide development, and advocate for the well-being of our citizens. At TopRec, we recognize the importance of collaboration and knowledge knowledge sharing among professionals in our field. Your dedication to advancing the principles of town planning is commendable, and I urge you to continue fostering partnerships that will lead to meaningful change. The synergy between our organizations will undoubtedly enhance our collective impact on national development. As we engage in discussions over the coming days, let us focus on actionable strategies that can be implemented at local and national levels. Let us explore how we can leverage technology, community engagement, and sustainable practices to create urban environments that are not only livable, but thrive. Distinguished colleagues, our role as town planners is foundational to the development of our communities. We are the architects of physical space, the guardians of sustainable growth, and the custodians of orderly development. However, with this critical responsibility comes the professional duty of accountability. For too long, the absence of a structured annual verification process has exposed our profession to risks. Chief among them is the proliferation of unqualified individuals masquerading as town planners. This not only erodes public trust, but also compromises the quality and integrity of our work. The future of our profession rests on our willingness to embrace change and commit to excellence. The annual practice license is not a burden. It is our passport to a more respected, more accountable, and ultimately setting a new standard for integrity and competence for our collective good. I assure you all that the chairman saddled with this responsibility will brief us further on this development during this conference. Mr. President, sir, I request that you give your kind permission so that this could be done during this conference. I want to also use this opportunity to clarify some issues that are burning in our profession. Dear colleagues, please be rest assured that at TOPREC, as a government agency, we are doing our best to protect the interests of all professionals. We are not sleeping, as some may perceive it. Let us take, for example, the issue of Director of Fiscal Planning that we always see in the newspapers. We are trying our best on that issue. Last year, the first National Vice President, Town Planner Professor Ogboy, and myself were at the Federal High Court, Uyo, and we served as expert witnesses to define what is physical planning and who is qualified to be a physical planner. And I want to tell you that you are not disappointed. We made proper representation of our professional body. And by the grace of God, tomorrow, the 29th of October, 2025, our legal team is already at Uyo. They will also be appearing at the Federal High Court, Uyo, because we took the University of Uyo to court on this particular matter. And both parties, they are going to adopt their final written addresses. And of course, after that, the next thing that will come is the ruling. And by the grace of God, I think we've done the needful. On the issue of accreditation, dear colleagues, all professional bodies that were established by federal law, the regulatory bodies, they have a law guiding them, and they're empowered to go for accreditation. When that ban came that professional bodies are no longer qualified, we came together. And today, the authorities have recognized us, they've invited us to Pali, and they are trying to see how we can collaborate. And I want to also assure you that there is nothing illegal that we are doing. They are the one begging us to sheathe our sword now. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, I extend my heartfelt appreciation to the leadership of the NITP for organizing this significant event and for your unwavering commitment to the advancement of town planning in Nigeria. Together, let us champion the path of sustainable governance and development, ensuring that our cities and communities flourish for generations to come. May our deliberations be fruitful and impactful. Thank you for listening, and God bless you.
Can we have another round of applause for the president of TOPREC, represented by Dr. Ezekiel? We want to recognize the president of Ghana Plan Institute, town planner Dr. Eunice Yogri. Can we give a round of applause for recognition? That is town planner Dr. Eunice Yogri. I'm interchangeably mixing it with our own nomenclature, which is town planning. Theirs is just planning. So she's planner Dr. Eunice Yogri, president of Ghana Planning Institute. We also have Dr. Abdul Hussaini, Permanent Secretary, Niger State Ministry of Housing, Lands and Housing. Round of applause for Dr. Abdul Hussaini, Permanent Secretary, Niger State Ministry of Lands and Survey. We have Town Planner Yahya Yusuf, Fellow of the Institute, who is Director General Bauchi Geographic Information Services, BAGIS. He is representing the Executive Governor of Bauchi State, Senator Bala Abdulkadir Mohammed. That's Yahya Yusuf, Town Planner Yahya Yusuf, Director General Bauchi Geographic Information Service, representing the Governor of Bauchi State. We have Town Planner Mercy Shamar, Director Urban Regional Planning, FCDA. Town Planner Mercy Shamar, Director, URP. We have Town Planner Ogun Fowara Kamoru, Senior Special Assistant to Ogun State, Governor on Fiscal Planning. We have Town Planner Augustine Kehinde Saliu, who is the DG Bureau of Lands, Kogi State. Town Planner Augustine Kehinde. Apparently he's not in the hall. We have Town Planner Ade Jobi Margaret, Director, Head of Department Urban Renewal, Department Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development. Thank you. And we have our very daddy, Town Planner Dr. Chief Donatus Obiola, 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 Obiola. You know, when, yeah, it's to make us feel at home. Donatus, Chief Dr. Donatus is the Chairman Board of Trustees of NITP. We also have Town Planner David Garva, who's the Chairman College of Fellows. Yeah. We have Town Planner Omar Shaibu, former coordinator AMSI. Town Planner Omar Shaibu, former coordinator AMSI. As more recognitions come in, we will make them, we will announce them. So we will now invite the president of Optocon for his goodwill message. President Optocon for his goodwill message. A round of applause for him.
Good morning, everybody. I will not want to bore you with the protocols. We stand on the existing established protocol. But more importantly, I will want to recognize our women here because my mother was a woman. Anybody that was not born by a woman, else is left for him. But having said that, the women here, they are looking radiant. You are welcome. Now, this is the goodwill address by me, the president of Atocon. On behalf of Atocon Board of Trustees and the National Executive Council of Atocon, it is my honor to be here this morning to present this goodwill message on the 56th NITP International Conference and Annual General Meeting, taking place today, Tuesday, 28th of October 2025 at the Gandios Nikon Luxury Hotel, Abuja. The theme for this year's conference will focus on planning administration towards sustainable urban governance and development. This theme is very apt, and I give kudos to those who pick the theme. No doubt, Nigerian villages, towns, and cities are daily confronted with hydra-headed physical planning challenges, ranging from insurgents, violent attacks on villages and towns, ethnic clashes, unbordered disputes, robberies, kidnapping, and a host of other threats. The question is, how livable is our towns and cities? Or how sustainable is our urban centers? How safe is our towns and cities? As town planners, or urban planners, physical planners, city planners, or urban and regional planners, or even the planners from Ghana, are we proud of our villages and towns? Let's ask ourselves, are we proud of our villages and towns? Or are we proud of our urban centers and cities? In our towns and cities, can we beat our chest and confirm that they have these 4 components of physical planning? 1, where to live. Yes, we can say we have houses to live, but how orderly are they? 2, where to work or where to do businesses. How orderly or environmental friendly are they? 3, where to recreate. How safe are these places? Are our towns and cities providing recreation grounds for our kids and even for the elderly? Finally, where to lay to rest. Do we have these in our towns? Are they available? If they are available, are we proud of them? Can we voluntarily want to be laid to rest in our final resting places? This is our take home that we need to ask ourselves when we get back to our various destinations. As professional town planning consultants, we should be abreast with all extant laws guiding town planning practice in our states and Nigeria at large. We must be very ready to add value to quality of living, and this is the only thing that will make us relevant. If we are not adding values to quality of life and quality of living, we are not going to be relevant. We are not going to be visible until when we are able to do this. Well, I hope the speakers at this 56th conference will do justice to the team and the sub-teams. I equally hope at the end of the conference and the AGM, we shall have something to take back home. Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you for our guests.
A round of applause for the APTOCOM president. We will now invite the president of Ghana Planning Institute, Dr. Eunice Yogri, for her goodwill message. A round of applause for the president, Ghana Planning Institute. Dr. Eunice Yogri. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Kolafia uncle. Akaro. I hope I'm right. Igbo, I'm not able to get somebody to teach me how to say good morning Igbo, so please pardon me. Ideo. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I want to recognize all distinguished personalities here on the high table. I also want to recognize the president of NITP. I'm here to present on behalf of my president, by name, Percy Anab Bukari. As we've been told, or as alluded by the MC, I'm planner Dr. Eunice Yogri. The national president of the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners, please pardon me if I murder your name. It is normal, because the MC is even not able to mention. Dr. Ogbonna Cheme. Thank you. Distinguished fellows and members of the NITP, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and profound pleasure that I bring warm greetings and felicitations from the Ghana Institute of Planning, in short, GIP, to our sister institute, the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners, on the occasion of this 25th International Conference and Annual General Meeting. On behalf of the Governing Council and members of the Institute, I wish to extend our heartfelt congratulations to the NITP for sustaining this important annual platform for knowledge exchange, professional networking, and advancement of urban and regional planning across Africa. The chosen theme, and I read, refocusing planning administration towards sustainable urban governance and development, could not have been timely and more relevant given the pressing developmental challenges confronting our cities and regions today. Across our continent, rapid urbanization continues to reshape settlement patterns, economic structures, and social relations. The pace and scale of urban growth have for some time outstripped our institutional capacities to manage them effectively. This situation calls for a fundamental rethink of how planning is administered, coordinated, and integrated within the broader governance architecture. As this conference rightly recognizes, sustainable urban governance is not merely about managing urban spaces. It is about envisioning the future we desire, strengthening institutions, empowering citizens, and aligning spatial, social, and economic objectives within coherent framework of development. In Ghana, we share similar experiences and aspirations. Our cities, like those in Nigeria, are engines of innovation and opportunities, yet they face the twin challenge of informality and inequality. Planning, therefore, must evolve to become more inclusive, participatory, and data-driven. It must serve as a bridge between local needs and national priorities, whilst anchoring development in sustainable and resilience. This conference presents an invaluable opportunity for us as sister institutes to deepen collaboration in professional development, research, and policy engagement. The Ghana Institute of Planning remains committed to working closely with the NITP and other African planning institutions under regional networks such as African Planning Association, APA in short, and then the Commonwealth Association of Planners, CAP. Through such partnerships, we can build stronger institutions, share experiences, and collectively shape an African planning agenda that speaks to our unique development realities. Permit me also to commend the NITP for its leadership in fostering professional excellence and influencing national policy discourse on spatial and urban governance. The commitment of Nigerian planners to reforming planning administration, efforts in Ghana to strengthen the planning system through legal reforms, institutional capacity building, and the integration of planning into the national development framework. As we deliberate over the next few days, let us reaffirm our shared vision of cities that are productive, inclusive, resilient, and environmentally sustainable. Let us leverage planning as transformative force, one that drives economic growth, improves livelihoods, and ensures no one is left behind. Once again, I congratulate the leadership and members of the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners on the successful organization of this conference. The Ghana Institute of Planning stands with you in solidarity and partnership as we continue to chart a collective path towards sustainable urban governance and development in Africa. Thank you, and may this conference yield fruitful outcomes that advance our shared professional ideas. Long live the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners. Long live the Ghana Institute of Planning. Long live the planning profession in Africa. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Akupe Ashi. Adupe Ashi. Nagode.
We thank the President, Ghana Institute of Planners. Indeed, as she spoke, you would agree with me in terms of the cities of the Global South and some of the things she has shared with us. Cities as engines of growth, cities as transformative force, and we need partnerships so that we can have an African agenda. So we want to thank the President of Ghana Institute for this shared vision, because we have lots of commonalities in the Global South. What you find in Ghana is also what you find in Nigeria here, although there are some peculiarities. So we thank her for her goodwill message. We also want to call on Dr. Yahya Yusuf, who is representing the Governor of Bauchi, for his goodwill message. Town Planner Yahya Yusuf for your goodwill message. A round of applause for Town Planner Yahya Yusuf, a former director of the Development Control Department, who did a lot of work while he was director of Development Control. Welcome, sir.
The President of the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Housing, Urban Development, other distinguished ladies and gentlemen present here, permit me to make just a few statements on behalf of His Excellency, the Governor of Bauchi State, who I represent. Your choice, NITP, of refocusing urban planning to promote inclusive land use planning for sustainable urban governance and development is very apt, especially against the background of the climate change that we suffer, as well as the fact that we are going into an urban age with 60% of the population expected to be in urban centers in the year 2030. And I've been asked to draw attention to the effort that the Bauchi State government is doing in recognition of these challenges ahead. Against the background of his having shared some knowledge with you here in the FCT as minister, I'm to draw attention to the fact that he has come away with that knowledge and making effort to exhibit same in Bauchi State. And that with the shared experience with planners in this state and having had an enhanced knowledge of the veracity of planning for orderly development, for living, for working, for recreation, for interaction, and as somebody had just said here, for an orderly final resting place, it is important to draw your attention to the little that has been achieved in Bauchi State. Against the background of inadequate resources, yet knowing the need for master plans for the state capital, the last master plan came to an end by the year 2000, and nothing has happened since then. But with resources available within the state, there has been the development of a development framework, which is essentially a structural and land use plan to the year 2050, and this is being implemented according to the plan. To which extent, we have had to also come up with a new Bauchi town, with the existing Bauchi already facing a lot of stress against the background of surging population in the face of generally high level of security. I'm also expected to draw attention to this systematic land title registration program that is being coordinated by the Federal Ministry of Works and Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, and how this is particularly apt for Bauchi State against the background of the practice where people who are allocated plot initially subdivide them into smaller units in the face of inadequate resources and inability to go high in their development. Bauchi State has patronized this program and seen it as very laudable, to that extent that today a pilot scheme has been started through which those who are holding subdivided plots are being given title at a subsidized rate of 20,000 for male plot owners and 10,000 for female plot owners. And this has been highly patronized by the citizenry. We have also had to develop a new town, which is based on that development framework that has been prepared against the year 2050. And from this new town, an area of 1,267 hectares has been devoted, and a plan already completed with roads, infrastructure, engineering infrastructure designs for roads, electricity, water supply, telecommunication, sewerage, which is to be for a 25 hectare solar panel, solar farm, about over 300 complementary plots to over 4,300 residential ones, as well as provision for 2 districts, 8 neighborhoods, and their complementary facilities and services. I'm also to draw attention to the fact that provision is made for technology hub, health hub, educational hub, private housing estate, and multifunctional corridor. It's an opportunity to invite you to Bauchi to host some of your programs in our new International Conference Center. And we look forward to having you as our tourist destination. Your sharing knowledge has led, with me, has led to an organized urban development across the country, and I wish you fruitful deliberation at this conference towards furthering the cause of orderly development of our cities. Thank you, and God bless.
Can we have another round of applause for Town Planner Yahaya Yusuf, former Director of Development Control Department, representing the Governor of Bauchi State. We call on the President, Association of Women Town Planners, for a short goodwill message We're running out of time, so we appreciate you do this as fast as you can. The President, Dr. Vero, right? So the good one is by the President. The Chairman, or the Chairman?
Okay, I don't need to read her own. Okay. The President, Nigerian Institute of Town Planners, Town Planner Dr. Andrew Chime Ogbonna, and all the council members seated here, the dignitaries, all seated at the high table, my fellows, professional colleagues, you are all welcome. On behalf of the Association of Women Town Planners, we want to congratulate our president and all the members of Nigeria Institute of Town Planners for hosting this august occasion. Yesterday, the Association of Women Town Planners had their election, which I, Town Planner Dr. Veronica Ugomokoye, and her escorts emerged the new leaders of women wing of this association. And I also want to use this opportunity to thank my predecessor, Town Planner Rekia Fache Ahose, our pioneer chairman. What they started, we promise, we, the new executives, to take it to another level. Thank you for coming for this conference, and I hope at the end of this conference, we must have achieved our aim for coming here. Thank you all. My president, congratulations once again. All the women in this conference hall, thank you all. Thank you, and have a wonderful stay.
Planning is inclusive. Planning is inclusive. Planning is gender embracive. And you can see that we also have the women wing, which is quite active and vibrant. We will now, the representative of governors, we invite our town planner, Dr. Omar Keita, who is a fellow of the Institute, Honorable Commissioner of Lands and Fiscal Planning, Katsina State, who is presenting the governor of Katsina for a short GUI message. Round of applause for Dr. Omar Keita.
Yeah. Thank you very much, MC. You got my name right. I can see that. The Honorable Minister, Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, the President of the Institute, the President of TopReg, our guest speakers, colleagues representing various state governors, the past presidents, distinguished colleagues, members of this institute, members of the press, good morning all. I stand before you this morning for my boss, the Executive Governor of Katsina State, Malam Duko Umar Ragda, who is unavoidably absent, who had wanted to be here with us today, but due to the demand of his office, he has to be elsewhere. So, first of all, let me remind us what I said in this gathering 2 years ago. I was telling you that when I started my career as a young town planner, I got employment in the university, so I started teaching urban planning. At that time, I thought, my thinking was that the most important job of a town planner is to teach others how to plan towns. But much later, 10, 12 years in that job, I got appointed as the Honorable Commissioner for Lands and Physical Planning in Katsina State, about 2 years ago. And then I quickly realized that the most important job of a town planner is politics, is to be part of decision making. I said this because our job, town planning, politics is integral to what we do as planners, because we make decisions, or at least we help decision makers to make decisions. So there is decision making, there is power, there is everything that has to do with politics. But unfortunately, I must say, since I became a town planner, I don't think if we are doing a good job in participating in politics. That's the reason we are where we are today. Yesterday, we were in the colloquium talking about the urban regional planning law that has existed for 33 years. But how many states of the Federation have adopted this law or domesticated it in the state? It doesn't happen by default. I can tell you for free, people don't do things because they should do it. Somebody has to tell them to do those things. So I won't take much of your time this morning, but while we deliberate on refocusing planning administration towards sustainable urban governance, I will urge us to start thinking as an institute how we can form a lobby group that can pursue our agenda, a lobby group that can push people to do the right thing, not just to go out there and get planning jobs. We should have a lobby group, people that have been ministers, that have been commissioners, that have been, everything, senators, reps, and what have you. Let's bring these people together and form a lobby group, and let's pursue our agenda. I think this should be our goal in the next few years for our collective survival and for ensuring there is spatial order in Nigeria. I would like to thank you all for listening, and on behalf of Malam Duko Umaru Radda, the Executive Governor of Katsina State, we want to extend our congratulations to the Institute, to the President, and to everybody associated with this Institute for organizing this conference. And I wish us all a fruitful discussion. Thank you very much.
We want to thank Town Planner Omar Keita. At least I got his name right. Keita talks about spatial order, spatial rationality, and all that. And then you can't achieve spatial order and spatial rationality if you do not bring in politics into planning. Politics into planning and also formation of a lobby group will give us that African agenda that we need. And when we put all of this together, cities of the Global South, we have a better place tomorrow. So I want to thank Dr. Keita, Omar Keita, for his goodwill message. Next, we invite Architect Ibrahim Yakubu Adamu, who is the Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Housing Development, Kano State, representing the Governor for his own good message. Round of applause for Architect Ibrahim Yakubu Adamu. Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you. Honorable Minister, Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, the President, Nigerian Institute of Town Planners, all the distinguished ladies and gentlemen in the high table, let me stand on the existing protocol. It gives me a great pleasure today for recognizing and reports on me for the invitation, inviting me to this great occasion for ours as a special guest. I'm very much grateful for this honor, and I also for the kind commendations by these respected institutions on my humble self regarding my recent appointment as the Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Housing Development, Kano State, by His Excellency Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf. Today's event, with the theme Refocusing Planning Administration towards Sustainable Governance and Development, is quite commendable. For an institution to sustain a tempo of organizing this kind of event annually is an indication of commitment, dedication, purposeful focus, and valuing the state of ethical profession for a sustained effective service delivery for the members of the institution to the nation and the public. It is an event that brings colleagues ranging from those at the grassroots level and the worthily experienced and veteran ones to rub minds, brainstorm, analyze, and formulate, and look for the best way to forge ahead for a better and excellent results attainment. It is important to assert that urban planning has evolved beyond mere infrastructural development. It is now encompasses sustainability, technology integration, community engagement, and resilience to climate change. Effective urban planning is essentially not only for the efficient function of cities, but also for fostering quality of life, social equity, and environmental sustainability. This is a very good opportunity for me to address this respective forum, which grants me a chance to showcase some challenges bedeviling the environmental impact of my dear state. As the most populous state in the country, Kano is being faced with a rapid population growth, thus leading to an increased urban sprawl, housing deficit, and pressure on infrastructure and services. By extension, it will also result in negative effect on climate change. Urban planners must now focus on sustainable development, reducing carbon footprints, and enhancing resilience to extreme weather events. In this context, I would like to also implore the importance of embracing the technological integration. The digital technologies, IoT, big data analytics, and artificial intelligence are tools that will reshape all these challenges in a more simplified ways